Hi there, my name is Kronenberg and welcome to my channel. This is a film review of The Quiet Earth. It's a drama, came out in 1985, it's a 15, an hour and 31 minutes. IMDb rating, because it's only on where did I find it? 6.7. I think I found it on YouTube. It's only found on YouTube. So I'll put the link in the description. So I'll read the IMDb synopsis. A scientist awakens to find himself alone in the world. In a desperate attempt to search for others, he finds only two who have their own agenda. So the director is Jeff Murphy, who did Spooked. Producer, well, there's Sam Pillsbury, who did Crooked Earth, and Don Reynolds, who did River Queen. Music was by John Charles, who did Goodbye Pork Pie. Cast, well, there's only three really. Bruno Lawrence, who was Zach Hobson, was in Goodbye Pork Pie. He's in the middle. Alison Rutledge, Rutledge, was Joanne. She was in The Bridge to Nowhere. And Pete Smith was Appy. He was in the piano. He's on the left. It was filmed at the Warkworth Satellite Station in Rodney District, Auckland Region, New Zealand. Cleveland, Auckland, New Zealand. 654 Swanson Road, Ranui, Auckland, North Island in New Zealand, and Waikato University. There you go. So, like I say, I watched it on YouTube, so I'll put the link. It starts with the sun or something on the horizon over water. It's nice kind of music. It actually is. It as the credits start rolling and stuff like that, the sun becomes like this kind of like. From nothing to, a sun. And the music's kind of orchestral style. So some dudes just woken up. Obviously, I didn't know how many people there were. I don't read synopsises, so it was Bruno. Zach waking up. It was Bruno. There's no reception on the radio, so at 6 a.m. it's bright sun, and he's completely stark naked. Right, it's completely rare for films, for males in films. You tend to see it in females, you know what I mean, but not for men. It's just like, oh, okay. So I kind of like I say, I don't read the synopsis. I'm thinking, is he the only dude? So it's kind of weird. At one point, he's snooping around in a house, and he finds this bed with the duvet covers on, and this like food tray placed on top of where your legs would be, and then where your bed cover will be folded to, show that there was a human person there. It's just folded, but there's no one there. It's like, oh, it's like, what the hell's that? It was so strange and so good, and so peaceful because there's no movement. But imagine all those nuclear power stations. Anyway, don't mention those. But I must admit, it'll solve the climate issue, won't it? When the people keep going on about climate change, well, it's mostly us humans that are doing it all. If we stop building and using industry, then, we'll be sorted. We won't, because, we don't want to. Project Flashlight, apparently, may have been started according to this awesome BBC computer. And I was like, hey, this is awesome. I mean, back in the 80s, but still, yeah. Now the female computer voice saying warning, warning. I've done a game, because obviously I do mostly games, called Alpha Prime, and in there it's one of my first games, and there's a review as well. But the game itself has a female voice doing some sort of narration, like warning, warning, and all this. But it sounded just like her. I'm like, oh, is it the same person? I doubt it, but you know what I mean. Now, he's playing the saxophone in the middle of the night in the rain. It looks like he's kind of enjoying it too, which is kind of good. Now, what would we all do if we were the only person on the planet? Break into a swanky place. Now, of course, he broke into some sort of small little house or something, some sort of robes or something on a bed. But for me, I'll break into Buckingham Palace, thank you very much. I'll try a few of those rooms, see what they're like. You know, bounce on the Queen's bed, well, King's bed, because obviously she's no longer of this earth. But Charlie Boy is probably somewhere else. Or maybe try a few hotels, because they got loads of food. And yes, I would do the same if I ever could. I'd go to a shopping centre. I think we all would. Of course, he's losing the plot, like we all would. Electric's died, so there's no internet or social media. Well, there was no internet or social media then anyway. But could you imagine it now? It'd be like, how am I going to access anything? So, well, there's no one here on the planet. It's like, I know, but I need the internet. Now, I did like the remote-controlled lawnmower that he created, or maybe he got. I was like, I need one of those. Imagine setting that thing up, just sitting down and having it going. It wasn't like, I don't know how he did it. I don't know if it just literally was a remote controller. He used a thing on it. Now, obviously, Joanne's appeared, right? So he's like, yay! So he's not going completely nuts. Now, they may be the last people on Earth, but they have morals, you know. So Dave said, Zach said, because she said, what's your name, Zach? I thought, oh, Dave. I don't know where Dave come from, but there you go. That's what I wrote down. So they're in a motel, and he says, where are you sleeping? She says, I'm sleeping over there. And he goes, I thought you were going to say that. But they did end up in bed later, you know, in the motel. And the funny thing was, in the morning, she arrived in this maid's uniform, giving him breakfast. And he's like, oh, okay then. And then she says that there's no hot food or something like this, or no toast. So, and then as she turns around and walks away, he glances and realises she's got no trousers on or anything. She's just basically start naked underneath. He's just like spills his hot tea. He's like, ugh! So Appy turns up. He's got this dangling earring. I just basically thought, who's this dude with dangly earring? But they're all happy to see each other. Like, oh, thank you, we're all free, we're all safe. But you have heard of the phrase, three's company and two's a crowd? Yeah, I think we all have. I think we can. As soon as I saw this third person, I thought, aha, I can see the conflict already. Poor Zach. He was happy. And now Joanne likes the other dude. What did I say? In more ways than one. Not just friendly. Oh, no. More ways. The ending, wow. I can't say much about it, but it was a bit. I was a bit confused at first. I was like, what the hell? And then I was like, I get it now. Very good film. I'm giving it an 8. That's very rare for me, but there you go. Anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed watching and listening to this film review of The Quiet Earth. Please subscribe to my channel. I've got plenty of the film reviews. Not many dramas. I'm trying to kind of branch out into those kind of things, but I've got loads of other stuff. So you might be able to find something that you like. Okay, well, thank you and goodbye.